Hey, good morning. It is officially the last Monday of June. We are halfway through the year. And this is our weekly updates from the command center here in Laramie, Wyoming for our Cultivating Currents Living Lab Loop Expedition project that we are launching in October. So I promised you updates from two big meetings I had this last week, and I'm going to deliver those updates now. First of all, we met with Vincent. He's the Florida Sea Grant Extension Agent that is based in Fort Pierce and on the Indian River Lagoon, and he covers the Martin and St. Lucie counties on Florida's East Coast. He was introduced to us by Jen in the NOAA PMN office. Fantastic introduction. We had a great meeting last week. He is so super excited about this project. And I am so super excited about the whole Indian River Lagoon. And I just wanted to share a little bit about the Indian River Lagoon. Let me wake up my tabs here and share some interesting information about the Indian River Lagoon, what it is and where it is. First of all, it's a 156-mile stretch that goes along the east coast of Florida. It's part of the ICW, the Intercoastal Waterway, which is what we will be traveling up because it's the area. It has a deep channel dug through it, but it's generally really shallow. It's only 4 feet or so. But it's a channel where you're safe, right? You're not out on the open ocean, and there's a lot of ports and stuff, and it's where a lot of boats travel. And so it goes from basically from Jupiter to New Smyrna Beach, or up in that area, up in the northern part of Florida. It includes the Mosquito Lagoon, the Banana River, the Indian River, and Hope Sound. And what's super special to me about the Indian River was I grew up in Okeechobee, here in it's not the middle of the state, right? It's much closer to the Fort Pierce area. I grew up there. When I grew up there in the 70s and early 80s, there was nothing there. So I spent all of my fun time, my family, we were always over on the coast in the Indian River Lagoon, from West Palm to Jupiter and Fort Pierce, all the way up to Sebastian and some of the more northern beaches. But my absolute favorite beaches were at the Jupiter Inlet and at the Fort Pierce Inlet. And I'll show you what those look like, because those are beautiful areas. So this is the Jupiter Inlet. It is absolutely gorgeous. There's a lighthouse there. There's a state park there, the Jupiter Inlet. I don't know if it's a county park or state park, but I grew up playing there. On those beaches, wandering around in that little bit of woods, playing in the little lagoon there. This is a picture of the inlet and what it looks like. It's just a beautiful area. The beaches are beautiful. The water is so clear. I spent a lot of time in that area there. And then also, I'll show you what the Fort Pierce Inlet looked like. So the Fort Pierce has the Fort Pierce Inlet State Park, which, again, it's beautiful, just turquoise clear water. But what was interesting, so over here is the state park. It's really quite large. And there's this little uninhabited island. There's nothing on it. And what we would do, this was more open back then, but we would either swim at the beach and snorkel along the jetty and look at all the beautiful fish in the rocks and stuff along the jetty on the more protected side. Obviously, you don't want to do that out where the massive inlet currents are. You could swim on these beaches over here, but this was a nicer beach. It was really shallow until pretty far out. And then we would spend a lot of time like putting our stuff in waterproof bags and on top of floaty stuff. And at low tide, it was easier to cross here. There were a lot of stingrays in here, so I had to kind of watch out for their tails, but it was so fun to watch them and see them. And we would come out to this little sandbar in the middle. At low tide, it would be up. or we would come all the way out to this little island and just spend the day out there. And back in the day, you know, when we would come, this was just empty. There'd only be a few people, but I'll tell you what it looks like now. So this is again what it looks like from the beach area. This is the jetty that we used to swim along and snorkel on both. We do that on both both of those beaches. Do that in Jupiter as well. Look how clear that water is. It's just stunning. You can see from this very low resolution all these boats. And when you go out here now on a weekend, this is just covered in boats now. It's crazy. It's not the same park. They've let a lot of it grow up and become more wild, which is fantastic. So there's like little teeny trails where you can come through now and go out to the little island. But anyway, I have a lot of memories there. The Indian River Lagoon is really important to me. And what's sad about the Indian River Lagoon is the loss of seagrasses, the harmful algal blooms, the poor water quality, all of the impact from us living on this land is really taking its toll. So it's going to be an interesting water quality endeavor going up this lagoon and spending time with all of the organizations that are trying desperately to restore it, to protect it, to help it. You know, there's a lot of issues with the seagrasses are dying out because of the nutrient loads, which is what we're studying, that are causing the algal blooms and killing out the seagrasses. And the seagrasses are what the manatee feed on. So the manatee are running out of food and they're starving. And there's so much going on there that is heartbreaking and that needs attention. So we're going to be part of that. So we're working with Vincent. Vincent is really excited about it. He's connected to a lot of organizations. He's going to be a really high value partner, and we're just really, really excited to be working with him. The other meeting we had was with Ashley Hill, who is the Southeast Regional Coordinator for the NOAA Marine Debris Program. She's based over in the, not in Punta Gorda, but near there. I met her earlier this year with Teal'c. We talked about that a little bit in the last weekly update. So, and there's Teal'c. He's heard something outside and he's gonna let us know. So, so we're focusing on segments 1 and 2 and now 3, because she also works with the Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina folks as well now, which is really cool. So she's helping me go through this and determine whether or not the stops that we have kind of picked out are going to be the most advantageous for sharing their science and meeting with the partners that they know and work with already. Hey, buddy. I know. I heard him. I heard. So those 2 meetings went really, really well. We're excited to be working with all of these folks in Florida. On the schedule this week is a meeting that I am so excited about. Meeting with Jorge. I hope that's how he pronounces his name. I will find out on Wednesday. He is the director of the Marine Education and Yacht Marketing at AMIkids. And AMIkids has been around for many, many, many years. They have incredible programs. I will do a call out and really introduce AMIkids in a future episode of one of our updates. Probably next week. I think it would make sense. But Jorge works with yacht brokers all over the world. They've been taking in yacht donations and boat donations for many years now to do what I'm hoping to do, right? To bring science to the kids, to get the kids connected to the water. And they bring in the yachts and they lease them and sell them and help support all of their programs. And so we're hoping to connect with him and his expertise, and maybe even work with him on something that they have in their inventory to do our program, whether it's a loan or a donation or whatever. So we're looking to really form a good partnership here, not just with the boat, but with the connectivity to all of the science programs that they offer and all of the science programs that we offer, and have a synergistic relationship with these folks. So we're really excited about that. I have their website up if you want to check them out ahead of time. It's AMIkids.org. Fabulous organization down there. They have schools and programs all along the coast in the Gulf and around Florida. And we're really excited about this upcoming meeting. So speaking of boats, our launch is now 102 days out. And our go, no-go date is only 42 days away. So maybe this week we'll have some news about a boat, or at least another partner helping us find one so that we can get going. We're going to start our new short form series, Would It Work for the Loop, and just kind of go over boats that we see that are for sale. And whether or not they would work for the loop and or work for our project, and just kind of raise awareness for the loop and what the specifications are and what we need for that and what others need for that. So if you know of a trawler, a catamaran, a tug, or a boat that's got provisions for living aboard for over a year, that's in the 35 to 65 foot range, that has a shallow draft and isn't higher than about 19 feet, send it our way and we'll take a look at it. So a quick reminder that I was able to get the port map live on the website with some help last week. And so we now have an interactive map of all of our planned stops, and none of these are set in stone. We're keeping it very fluid. And we're keeping our pop-up science activities fluid, because one thing I've heard over and over and over and over again from experienced loopers is don't have set dates. We are going to have a couple of set dates, but set dates can cause you to go when you shouldn't go. On the loop itself, when you're on a boat, with weather and tides and other things that are happening, you know, you have go, no go criteria. And if you've got a date and the weather isn't perfect, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but if it's at a point where you shouldn't be taking that risk, sometimes you take a risk that you shouldn't. And that's when people get into trouble. So we're trying to keep everything fluid. Our science is going to be like, hey, in this range, we're going to be doing a pop-up science. And then when we get like 2 or 3 days out, we can probably give them a more firm date. But if you or your organization would like for us to stop in your area and do science with you, then just reach out to us and let us know, and we can shift around the ports, you know, and hit you instead of maybe one that that we don't have anything really hard established at. So reach out if you're an organization, a school, a homeschool group, or a science partner, anywhere along the route, and you want us to come to you, email us. And email us soon, because we're big time in the planning phase for this. We're making a lot of planning decisions now. So you can reach me at director@cultivatingcurrents.org. You can reach out to us on our website, cultivatingcurrents.org. We've got a contact form there as well, and our email. Water is place. So I have this 7-episode series. I have episode 1 ready to record. We've had issues first with mosquitoes and then with weather, and we've had ongoing weather conditions that are very surprising for Laramie. We had a very dry winter. We're already in a drought. There's already a lot of water issues. And then lately we've had storms where there's been wind and rain, or even just lightning, tornado warnings and stuff like that. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we have a little bit of a break so that I can get out and record this episode, because I'll be in the Laramie River and I don't want to be standing there with lightning flashing around. But I also don't want to wish away the rain, because we desperately need it. The land really, really needs it. And that's the whole point of the series, right? So we've got a couple of small grant applications that are in the works, nothing to announce yet, but the pipeline is pretty active. We're excited about that. Teal'c is doing pretty good. He's curled up in his favorite chair now. He's been showing up in YouTube shorts and TikTok clips. So if you're not following, follow. There's going to be a link in the description to both of those. So he's worth following. It's kind of fun to see his progress and see his antics. So 3 things I want to ask from you guys this week. These are specific asks. Number 1, if you are anywhere along the Great Loop route and you want us to stop near you, email us. Number 2, if you know of a boat, any lead on any vessel that might fit our specifications, leave a comment, send an email or a link, whatever's easiest, and let us know about it so we can investigate it, because August 10th is coming up, 42 days away for our Go, No-Go. And number 3, if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter yet, go to the website. I'm getting ready to roll out newsletters with some of these updates and more, and links and all kinds of stuff. And just kind of go over the things that we're building as we build it. Subscribe to this YouTube channel while you're at it and stay up to date. And that is it. That is it for this week's update. So I will stay tuned next week, because we might have some interesting more partnership news to share with you that we could be really super excited about. So I'll see you next Monday.